What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lo and I make videos about my husband and I's journey to pay off over $300,000 of debt. In fact, as of January of 2020, we owed just under $370,000 in debt, and that was made up of credit card debt, a car loan, and our student loans. By the end of September of this year, we had paid that amount down to $324,103, and I made a whole video talking about how we got to where we were in January to where we ended up at the end of September, so I'll link that up here if you want to go and watch that. But today I'm going to be sharing with you how much progress we made in the month of October. Also, before I get into it, one more thing. If you want to see more updates during the month on how we're doing with our debt payoff, I do have an Instagram where I post on there pretty regularly on our debt payoff update and other stuff, so you can follow me on Instagram if you want to see more there. So for the month of October, we had two main goals we were trying to accomplish. The first is to get our credit card debt totally paid off once and for all. At the beginning of the year, we refinanced most of our credit card debt into a lower interest personal loan, and so that is a loan that we have been working on in the past few months as the priority for our debt payoff. And so at the beginning of October, we only had $4,383 left to pay on that loan. And so our first goal was to get that totally paid off, which would leave us just with our 3 student loans. And our second goal was to get my husband's undergraduate student loans under $10,000. At the beginning of the month, his student loans were just under $11,000, $10,980, but because we were going to put a lot towards that credit card loan, over $4,000 towards the credit card loan, I wasn't sure if we would be able to get his student loans under $10,000, but we actually were able to meet that goal. So for October debt payments, we made our minimum payments on all of our loans, and then we paid extra towards 2 of them. So the first payment we made for the month was $585 towards our credit card loan, and that is our regular minimum payment. And the second payment we made was $3,807 towards that credit card loan, which is actually the last payment we will ever have to make on that loan because that was the payoff amount. And so as of, next month, we won't have to pay that $585 every month either, so we can take that money and put it towards our student loans, which is super exciting. I made a whole video about the credit card debt payoff process too. If you want to watch that, I go through that more in detail, but that was something that we accomplished this month. And then the rest of the month we paid towards our student loans. So we paid on October 10th, $244 towards my husband's undergraduate loans. That's his minimum payment. On the 13th, I made a $100 payment towards his loans. And then my minimums on my student loans are $1,659 a month, and so that payment came out on October 17th. And then I made another $250 payment on October 20th towards my husband's undergraduate loans. And then his minimum payment from his grad school loans came out on the 24th, which was $863. And then finally, we made one more payment for my husband's undergraduate loans of $1,034 on October 26th. So we actually were able to pay a little bit more than we had planned, partially because a little more income came in that we weren't expecting, and we were under budget on some of our expenses. So because of that difference, we were able to put a little bit extra towards my husband's undergraduate loans, and so that was super exciting. So as you can see here, we have these 4 loans left to pay as of the beginning of October, if you look in the column that says October at the top. And so during the month, we made a total of $8,542 of payments towards our debt, and $7,265 of that went to principal, $1,277 went to interest, and that left us with a new debt balance of $316,838 at the end of October, for a year-to-date total debt payoff of $51,449. So as you can see, for the November starting balance for my husband's undergraduate loan, the balance is $9,398. So that means that we did get under the $10,000 goal that we had set for this month. And then also you can see the starting balance of our credit card loan as of November is 0. Yay! So I got to turn that little cell green going forward. And so the more green on this spreadsheet, the better. That means we've paid off more and more of our different loans and debts. So that was super exciting. So I did put together this debt total payoff line graph, I guess. And I just thought I'd show you guys this each month as we pay down our debts. Right now, this line is going down, but it's not super steep. As we get further and further into our debt payoff, hopefully that line will be more and more angled down. But for now, it is going down, and that is progress, so I'm super excited about that. We're getting really close to the 300,000 mark, and so that's going to be a huge milestone for us to get into the 200s for our debt total. And I think we'll be able to hit that as of January of 2021. So I always like to share with you guys our goals for the next month. So for November, we have 2 goals. One is to pay $5,250 towards our student loan debt. Now that we have paid off our credit cards and our car loan, the only debt we have left is our student loan debt, and well, actually not including our house, our mortgage, and our home equity line, but I don't count that on here. So anyway, all we have left is our student loan debt to pay off. And yeah, so in the month of November, we are hoping to pay $5,250 towards our student loans, and that includes the minimum payments plus the extra we want to pay. So for the minimum payments right now, our student loans are $2,766 per month. And then on top of that, we're hoping to pay about $2,500 extra. And the second goal that we have for the month of November is to refinance, or at least start refinancing our student loans again. I say again because we already did this earlier this year, but interest rates have dropped again. So we looked into it and we can lower interest rates even further, which will help us pay off our debt faster. Originally, our student loans were federal loans, government loans, and the interest rate was ridiculous. It was like 8% on average for most of my loans, and I think my husband's was about 7%. And so just to keep up with paying the interest was so difficult that we were making very, very slow progress on our student loans for a long time. So we decided to refinance our student loans with a private lender, and so we refinanced them with SoFi, and so we do not have government loans. We were not eligible for the pause on the payments or the pause on the interest all of this year, but it is what it is. We're working on paying them off, and we are refinancing this year to get an even lower interest rate. Right now, both of our large student loans are about 4.6% interest, and we can hopefully get that down at least 1 percentage point, maybe a little bit more, and so that's in process right now. I'm actually keeping track of everything we're doing for that, so I can make a whole video about it if you guys are interested in knowing more about what it looks like to refinance your student loans. So that is it for today's video. If you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. If you're working on paying off debt, let me know the progress that you made in October. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing with your own debt payoff. And if you like this video and want to follow along with my debt payoff journey, then hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a subscriber, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.